This clip is brought to you by VegasWinners.com. Get expert sports betting advice from some of the best handicappers in the world. Head on over to VegasWinners.com and win yourself some money.
16th, the next day, you guys are in Cleveland, Ohio. You're working with Dusty again. You're actually going to win there by DQ. But what's interesting about this trip to Cleveland is this is a new record. It's a sellout, 10,000 fans. It feels like in 1986, you guys were really starting to hit your stride at Jim Crockett Promotions. Fans are digging it. You've been on TV at this point for nearly a year. They're seeing you week in, week out. So you're able to stretch out, go to new territories, and do well. 10,000 fans here in Cleveland, Ohio.
That was the old Georgia Championship Wrestling territory, and Ole at one time when he had Tommy Rich and Buzz and Mass Superstar and Orndorff and all those guys. And, when he was touring up through there, those towns had not been run for a long time. And he did good business. And then when that company started to go south a little bit, it wasn't ran for a while then. Jim Crockett having the strength, that's one of the biggest examples, having the strength of being on TBS on that television and came in with that fresh crew of stars. All those towns, Michigan, Ohio, West Virginia, were great wrestling towns. They just needed to have something there they wanted to see. Obviously, Cleveland wanted to see that card.
Anyway, you're on the 20th. You're in Macon, Georgia. When you're making these towns in Georgia, whether it's Albany or Columbus or Macon, do any of your old running buds from back in the day come to the show to check you out?
No, not really. I ran into, there was a couple of times, I'm not sure if it was during this period. Tony Zane, who broke in with me, was in Charlotte for a minute. He was on the crew there, and which was kind of cool. So we got to spend a little bit of time. It wasn't very long, but that's about it. It's a funny thing. We when you're in the real world and you have a real life and a job, or you're going to school, or you have a family, or you don't, you're working two jobs. It's like we're all creatures of habit. I would call different guys and go, hey, I'm just down the road in Macon or something, or not so much Macon. Maybe it was, I was in Chattanooga, which from Rome was only about 60 miles. Won't you guys come up, be my guest at the show? And this was some of the buddies I grew up with, and they would go, yeah, well, I really would like to, man. But it was that same answer. The punchline was, got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah. You've
heard that, I'm sure.
Yeah,
being a generous man as you are, you've probably offered guys right there locally that, hey, you want to do some dinner or have some cocktails or something? God, I'd love to. And they would, but I got to go to work in the morning. And that kind of controls our lives. And it's the way of the world.
It is indeed.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.